friends, welcome back to a new video. Today's video is going to be a little bit different since I wanted to show you our apartment. We're going to actually be moving out of the apartment soon, which is why I wanted to kind of commemorate this apartment and show you guys how we live in here. A lot of things in this apartment are kind of improvised since we knew we wouldn't be living here for too long, and also we wanted to do it on a budget, minimalist friendly, and to work with what we have, which is what I also want to encourage you with your apartments. I know a lot of times we see these picture perfect apartments on the web or on social media, and I just want to show you more of a realistic apartment when you work with what you have, and just keep the environment in mind, keep your budget in mind. Not everything needs to be perfect all the time. So this is kind of our realistic, non-perfect apartment. So when you come into our apartment this way, firstly we have kind of like a entryway, you could call it, that leads directly into the living room area. So since this entryway is quite big, we wanted to utilize it as well. So on the left we have kind of our entryway with a mirror where you can check if everything looks good before heading out the door with our shoes. As you can see, the shoe rack that we're currently using is more of a temporary situation. It is kind of made out of this stackable, clippable shelf that I had bought for my art market seller adventures that we've kind of, for now, used as a shoe rack, but I know that down the line we would probably want to get something that looks a little bit more permanent, and also maybe even something with clothes storage so it doesn't have as much visual weight and clutter. So this is our entryway door, and to the left we have a storage unit where I keep my personal items. We have our keys that we store here, and just some stationery and art and digital stuff of mine that I have stored in here. If you've watched my video for quite some time now, you will recognize these three art pieces that we had got in France, in Paris, when we went traveling there. We have hung them up in almost, or I think basically in every single apartment that we've lived in. So this is kind of our staple three-piece artwork that we always have with us. So if we move more into the apartment to the left, which kind of is still the entryway area, but again, since it's so big, we wanted to utilize the space. We have Johannes' working area with his desk and his monitor. Just because for his work he needs a bigger screen to be able to work efficiently, so which is why he has his kind of stationary desk that is always here. Of course, in a perfect world, this isn't too pretty to look at, also to have in an entryway, but we're working with the space that we do have, and for now this is what works for us, and it also utilizes this really big entryway. Yeah, if we keep moving into the apartment, we come into the living room area where we relax and lounge. As you maybe noticed, we don't have a sofa, and we have done so very consciously. It has also to do with minimalism reasons. Also, we know that we won't be living here for too long, and moving with a sofa, it's a big hassle. It's a big purchase, size-wise, but also financially. And there are a lot of benefits to floor living, which I really wanted to do a video about, so stay tuned. You might see one pop up soon. So this is kind of like our floor living situation where we relax, we read, we watch movies. So for now we have a projector that we project onto the wall on the opposite side, and yeah, it's a really nice setup that I really enjoy. As you can see, we have not all of our books, some of our books here. We are in a current situation where we have a lot of books, more books than fit into our shelves. So we also have some small piles left and right here and there. On top of the bookshelf, you can see some artwork, either of mine or of Johannes, or just some prints that we have. So here we actually have one that we cut out of a coffee table book. one from a museum, a postcard, this one I painted, and this one is also one that is in progress. And here are some of Johannes' artwork. So we do really enjoy our art. Again, we have the same storage unit here that we had next to the door. Here Johannes has his personal items of digital stuff, and I don't even know what he keeps in there. One thing that we did want and we got pretty early on was an armchair instead of a sofa. It's more compact. We got it secondhand. It was a really good deal. And it's just for especially guests that maybe don't want to sit on the floor. They have the option of sitting in kind of, it's almost like a throne since it's so big, but it's also really comfy to read in if we kind of want more space. Johannes will be reading in his favorite spot on the floor, and I'll be reading here in the armchair. And it's just a really cozy setup that we really enjoy. Also, another highlight of this room is definitely the carpet. It is, I guess you could say, antique carpet. So it's basically a patchwork of really old antique carpets that have made up this one beautiful big carpet. So it's kind of upcycling in a way, which we didn't do. Patchwork carpet was actually made in 1930s, so it's also really old. Just imagine all the stinky feet and shoes that have walked over this carpet. But I think it's really cool to have something that is of high quality, that is of natural fibers, and it's just a statement piece in our apartment here. Moving towards the left, this is definitely another statement piece in our apartment, and something where we really fell in love with the apartment, which is our big beautiful window that looks out into the greenery. And we've also had yoga sessions here with our friends during the summer. We had birds chirping outside, and it just felt really serene and calm. We also have a really large balcony. We did have lots of ambitions when we first moved in to have a vegetable garden on the balcony, since it's so big and it's so much space, and this looks towards the south, so it will have a lot of sun. But we really quickly found out that because of this large tree, or these multiple large trees in front of the window, we actually get really little light on the balcony and also kind of in here. So the planting stuff does not really work on this balcony, which is why it's looking a little bit sad. But yeah, we couldn't have done that before, but we still really enjoy the view, and sometimes quite little dinners on our balcony during the summertime. So moving more towards the left, we have our little dining set here. This we also got secondhand, so the table was secondhand that we got for a really good deal. It was, I think, 10 euros or so, from a neighbor just a few streets down, and we were carrying it back. But we really love that it's solid wood, and it's, I think the person made it, him or herself. It kind of seems like it, and it's got its little cracks and burnt stains, but I feel like it has character and it's really nice. Same with the chairs. They're also antique, secondhand, I guess you could say, and they're really nice, again, solid wood. I really love the shape of it. They are a little crooked here and there. We did consciously choose to go with a really small table that only fits 4, but we didn't want to get a large table if we didn't need it. Also, we did have our book club and guests over, and we just get Johannes' working desk and then kind of make it into a long table where you can seat a lot of people. So it has worked out well for us. So if we go back this way, you can see we're heading back towards the entryway, and then to the right is where we have more rooms. So come along. So here we kind of have our, you could almost say hallway, a little area where the other rooms go off of. Here we have a built-in shelf that was already, as I said, built in with the apartment. So we have a lot of our books here, some just files and documents that we need to keep. This was really handy since we do have more books than fits in these small bookshelves, so we can store some here as well. You can here see some artwork left and right of mine, or some little postcards of artwork. I do really love art. enjoying art, but also creating art. So if it were up to me, I think I would hang even more art in this apartment, but Johannes likes it more clean, so we're compromising here. And let's go this way into the bedroom. So here we are in the bedroom. The bedroom is a room that gets more light during this time of the day, since it doesn't have large trees in front of the window. And also this room is already pre-carpeted, you could say, which is also why the acoustics in here are a little bit better, since the living room is so big. It's just more echoey in there, but it's really simple. We basically have our bed. We don't even have our bed frame, so we sleep on the floor, but we do so again also intentionally for one to have less stuff when it comes to having to move, and also again floor living, another phrase I'm going to throw in there that I will make a video on. Really healthy, and it's simple. We enjoy it. It's nice and it feels peaceful in here since it's so natural, and I guess you could also say plain, but in a good way. What's that?
So cute.
Okay, das war nicht da. Here you can see patio furniture. You might be thinking, why is there patio furniture in a bedroom? It's kind of my working desk. It is definitely temporary. It's not necessarily ideal, but I didn't want to buy a desk and something that fits into this room, knowing that we wouldn't be here too long, and then have it not fit in the next apartment depending on where we are. And for me, I'm totally fine with sitting here where I currently sit, since when I work, I'm so zoned into my work that I don't really take in anything around me, so it's fine for me. During the summer, I actually like to work on the windowsill, so I'll have my laptop on the windowsill and work that way, and I can look out on the nice view. Just during the winter, it's so close to the radiator that it's a little drying on my skin, and I'm not a fan of that. So this is kind of the winter setup that you're seeing right now. To my right, we have a large closet that belongs to the owner of the apartment. He left it here really kindly for us to use if we want to, and so we took him up on this, since it's one thing less that we have to move here with and move away with. And it stores a lot of stuff. It stores all of our clothes, bags, bed sheets, towels, things like that. It's really, really handy. So those of you that watch my, I guess you could say, sit-down videos, this is the view that you basically often see in the background of my videos. Fun fact, I don't sit down while filming, I'm always standing. So I'm basically standing right here and filming. So let's go on over to the other rooms. So here to the right we have the bathroom. It's a really small bathroom, but it has everything you need. It has a shower and bath in one, toilet, I guess, and also sink, and it's nice and small, but I like that it's small and not unnecessarily big, because why would you need that much space in your bathroom? You just come in here, do what you gotta do, and then you're done, basically. Yeah, that's that for the bathroom. And in here we have the kitchen. The kitchen is also, again, really, really small. We aren't able to be in here two at a time. It gets a little too cozy and too crowded. So again, our arrangement is that one person cooks and then afterwards the other person cleans. So mostly one person at a time has access to the kitchen. The kitchen, again, was already provided by the owner. Fun fact, in Germany, a lot of the times you have to come with your own kitchen into the apartment, which is a hassle if you don't live there for that long. So in this case, we're lucky. We're in a sense renting the kitchen with it. It has all that it needs, and it works for our purposes. Right now, the storage spaces that we occupy are really, really stuffed and really full. We definitely need to reevaluate what we have in there, what we need, what we don't need, and take inventory of everything before we move out. Also, what is definitely not ideal and what we really don't like currently is our pantry system. It's really messy, really cluttered, you can't really find anything, but again, it's only temporary. We basically just have 2 wooden crates stacked on top of each other. But for the next apartment, we definitely want to get something more, for one, that is less visually cluttered, so something with clothes storage, but also something that just makes the access a little easier. But we didn't want to get something for here and then have it potentially not fit in the next apartment. So yeah, this is our kitchen where I make all of the lovely, beautiful food, delicious food and bread, and I like to spend time in here cooking. Not cleaning, but cooking. So thank you so much for coming along on the apartment tour with me. Hopefully you enjoyed. It is definitely our humble abode where we worked with what we have. Most things are secondhand, and I really encourage you to also not get whole new furniture, whole new design, whole new aesthetic for a new apartment in case you move, but to really work with what you have and to check out secondhand options as well, since it's often really affordable, sustainable, and it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't need to look like Architectural Digest, even though that might be nice. That is my dream, but again, we have to be realistic and conscious of the environment and of our finances as well. So yeah, if you enjoyed it, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what your favorite part of the apartment was, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!